Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. So today I am doing a little bit of a festive glam makeup look. When it gets to this point in the year, I just get so excited about playing around with makeup and rediscovering favourites from the year. Probably going to go all out with the glitter and the dark lips and everything, and we'll just see how this goes. I'm also going to be trying to answer a few of your questions. I put out a little Q&A thing over on my Instagram, so yes, general life update and festive makeup. I'm going to start out with a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I'm just going to use that as a little bit of a base, just to get a really nice glowy skin look. I also had to show you this quickly. Last night I washed all of my makeup brushes bar a few, and can we just appreciate the satisfaction of this many clean brushes. I'm just going to blend that in with this little nice hourglass brush. And then for foundation, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Liquid Foundation in the shade Fair. This looks a good shade match for me right now, because obviously I am super duper pale at this time of the year, and I wanted something with a little bit more coverage. It seems so I have got rid of all of my super high coverage foundations. I'm not sure how that happened, but also I am not a fan of those sorts of foundations anyway, so I'd rather build up the coverage with a concealer. Talking of concealer, I'm going to use my favourite Rose Ink Concealer in the shade LX10, and I'm just going to use a little bit of that under my eyes. And I've also found I get a lot of discoloration around here, under my cheekbone, and then I've got a few little spots on my forehead. So basically everywhere. So I'm just going to press all of that foundation and concealer onto my skin so it sits really flawlessly. I will get onto some questions in a minute, but I'll probably do that when I'm doing my eyes, because they will take a little while. So I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. I'm just going to do a few little dots of that all around my face and a few on the nose, and I'm just going to blend it on my nose first. And then I'm going to take this nice dense brush and blend up the contour. I'm going to add the tiniest bit of Hoola bronzer, just sort of lightly over my forehead and onto my cheeks and down my neck. I'm going to go in with a very festive blush shade, and this is the Planet Revolution cream blush in Fresh Raspberry. I'm going to use this old fluffy brush and just dab it into the pot so that I get a good amount of product, not too much because obviously it's very bold. Wow, that's probably too much, Rosie. This is coming across a lot pinker than I thought it would. And then recently I've been liking putting a bit of blush on the tip of my nose because I think it looks quite cute. Blush is on, looking very intense, and I'm now just going to add some highlight with my Charlotte Tilbury highlighting wand. But I quite like dabbing it onto a brush at the moment because I find it doesn't disrupt the makeup underneath quite as much. For eyebrows, I'm going to stick with my trusty duo, which is the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 3, and then the Refi Brow Sculpt. So as always with my brows, I like to brush them down first, and then I'm going to start from the outside and work my way in. Probably going to have to conceal this spot again because it's already poking through. Anyway, I might as well start my little Q&A section now while I do my brows. So thank you everyone who did send me a question in. They generally seemed like you guys wanted to know more about my life, which is fair enough. I mean, I feel like I used to share a lot more of my personal life when I was at uni and everything, but I also didn't at the same time. I think I've always been very private on social media and everything, and also just not that much has been going on this year, so I feel like you guys think I'm always hiding a load of stuff from you, but in reality I'm not doing much. I had quite a few questions about the ceramics that I've been showing on my Instagram, because I started a ceramics course this year, which I've been loving, and I think I'm going to carry on again into next year, because I really want to get better at it, and it's so fun, and it's a really nice way to switch off and have something in my diary that I have to sort of focus my work around, and I get to see other people. So there you go, I've just filled in my brows, and I'm just going to use the brush to blend that in. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with the ceramics. I'm doing it in a little art school in Oxfordshire, and yeah, hopefully, you never know what could come from that if I get really into it. I've been struggling to get really into sewing recently. I think I'm just a bit burnt out on that front. So hopefully next year I'll be less burnt out with the sewing and I can get back into that, but I don't want to just do things for the sake of it. I've been sort of focusing a little bit more on me and fixing me. Going to add this brow sculpt in. Oh, I love this stuff. It's so good. Probably was a little heavy-handed with this one today. Oh well. Love me a good strong brow. Let's move on to eyes. I'm not having the best eyebrow day, so let's ignore that. I'm going to start out by using this Dear Dahlia eyeshadow, creamy eyeshadow, which is all glittery, and I'm hoping that this can be a good eyeshadow base, or even just have it sort of left on its own. I feel as though I should have put something through the crease first actually before putting this on, but I will. It's been so long since I've put makeup on this week because I've had the worst vertigo. I've never suffered with vertigo before, but I'm coming off my anxiety medication and it is just spinning. Everything is spinning and it's horrible, so I really feel for anyone who has vertigo all the time or suffers with it a lot. I usually get it before I get a migraine, and so it kind of feels like I'm constantly waiting for a migraine to come, but it's not coming. And then I'm going to take this super glittery shade in this Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Palette, Smoky Eyes Are Forever, and I'm going to really pack that on top of the glitter. So yes, I also had a lot of questions about if I'm dating someone at the moment, which I am. I have a boyfriend at the moment who's very lovely. I don't tend to share too much about my love life on here, but I do like to share little pictures from our getaways and everything on Instagram. Yeah, well, actually he's got a surprise Christmas present for me at the start of next week, so I'm going away somewhere and I have no idea where I'm going, which is very exciting but also terrifying for a Virgo brain. So we'll just have to wait and see what it is. I'm going to take a super fluffy brush and a bit of my Hoola bronzer and just roughly sort of go through the crease. I also had a lot of people asking me how I date living around here. And there is literally no one around here unless you go online. So I found my boyfriend through a dating app. I think it was Hinge. But yeah, I'd pretty much given up dating when I met him, and I made him persuade me to carry on dating because I've had some very bad luck with love in the past, but I seem to have found someone that is very much on the same wavelength as me, which is really, really nice. And he's also a very creative person, which works very well with me. I have so much glitter in my eye right now. I'm so glad I don't have my contact lenses in. I'm going to use the black eyeshadow in this palette, and I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner very close to my lash line. Quite a few questions about my short hair and if I prefer styling my short hair to my longer hair. It's definitely quicker to style my short hair, but I think it's a little bit more difficult, if anything, because it's just sort of a little bit unknown. And yeah, I don't know, it's very difficult to have a nice curled look, I find, with my hair, because it seems to just go into this big triangle and sit up here and doesn't like sit nice and flat. So I'm still figuring it out. So I think I'm going to probably end up growing my hair out a little bit more, but I may go back to the super short look at some point, who knows. I'm going to go in with this nice warm matte eyeshadow shade, and I'm just going to sort of blend it on top of that black liner, just because I feel like it needs another sort of transition colour into the super sparkly look. I'm going to use my favourite mascara, which is the Gucci mascara. A very bougie mascara, but it is honestly an absolute fave at the moment. And I did actually buy some fake lashes to try out, so I might add some of those in as well. But I don't even know the last time I put a pair of false eyelashes on, so it could go horribly wrong. But we can find out. I'm still not sure on this blush shade, but I'm hoping once I put my lipstick on it will look a bit better. I picked up some of these Wispies false lashes in what's it called, TK Maxx the other day, so I'm going to try out adding on these Demie Wispies. Wish me luck. Pray for Rosie right now. How adorable is this little eyelash glue. Okay, I seem to have managed to have got half the glue on my fingers, so I'm just waiting for it to go a little bit tacky. I don't know why, but it's gone like blue. I don't know if these are like out of date or something. I do get a bit concerned about TK Maxx makeup. You can try it out. My battery is also flashing at me, so this is a very stressful eyelash application. I'm going to let it go a bit tacky. Right, let's give it a go. Is duo lash glue always this bright blue before it dries? I don't think I've actually used duo lash glue before. It's very sticky. The lashes are on, just about. I'm going to add a little bit more black eyeshadow along my lash line. I'm going to add the tiniest bit of mascara just to sort of merge the two together a little bit. There we go, this feels super weird, especially with my vertigo right now. It's like the room is spinning and I have some black thing halfway across my eye. Okay, let's do a nice dark lip. I'm not going to line them, but I am going to use this Fenty Beauty Stunner lip paint in the shade Underdog, spelt Underdog. My lips feel extremely dry. I've just taken off any product that was around them, but here we go. I do love these Fenty Beauty lip paints. They are really, really good. This has turned out to be quite a gothic glam, but I think this sort of look with a gold sequin dress would just look amazing. And obviously you could switch the lip around for a red lip, that would be extra festive. I've zoomed you guys back out so that I can check over the questions. Someone's asked if I want to move out and get my own place, and yes, I do. Very much so. It was very upsetting. I went to look around a house recently and it was just dreamy. It was like a very character property, and it had huge high ceilings, and it used to be an old stables and it had been converted, but it was just out of my budget, and I was just like, oh. And it was only 1 bedroom as well, so not really, I just don't really like the idea of having a property with 1 bedroom. That was sad, but also I'm very happy living at home for now and saving up, and maybe next year I will rent somewhere and get a feel for what I like. So that's sort of living situ plan. How did you find working in the fashion industry? Would you go back? No thanks. It was an experience, to say the least, and I probably would go back if I can harness my anxiety and my energy levels, but it just did not fit with me as a person. I love fashion still, and I probably will someday try and get into fashion in like someone else's fashion brand, and I would love to have some freelance work, so I'm going to try and figure out how to do that next year. So yes, I love fashion, but I just need to go into the right brand, and yes, so no major plans to go into the fashion industry right now. What are your favourite nail polishes? I always get nail envy from you. That's so sweet. I am such a sucker for doing my own gel nails. I have some gels on at the moment, so very festive, glittery gel nails, and I get most of them from the brand Blue Sky, and then I just do my little under the lamp thing. Nail varnish wise, I really like Essie nail varnishes. You just can't go wrong with those. And also I'm really enjoying the Sally Hansen quick dry little pots at the moment. Those are really good. Fave way to blow out your hair? I'm 100% on the air wrap train. Yes. It is definitely my favourite way to dry my hair, if I can be bothered, because it just takes that little bit longer. Although I am finding at the moment using my normal hairdryer, it's just not quite right, and it's making my hair a bit frizzy, whereas the Dyson Airwrap just does not do that, and it's honestly worth it to save your hair if you've got damaged hair already, or you just don't want to damage your hair. It's a really good product for keeping the heat regulated, and I just can't recommend it enough, basically. Tips on learning to alter your own clothes. I'm petite, so I often need things altering. My mum is very petite, so she always needs things altering, and my best tip for altering your own clothes is to put them on inside out. And I don't know why I didn't do this before, and I can't remember how I learnt this little trick, but especially with trousers, if you put them on inside out, then you can see exactly how much you're turning up and just pin them in. Do you use a planner or bullet journal? So I did start using a bullet journal last year, and I got very lazy and stopped filling it out properly. So I've found the best thing for me has been a weekly planner diary thing, and I just put little tick boxes of what I need to do each day. Favourite pubs in Oxfordshire? That's quite funny because I don't remember the last time I've been to a pub around here. I'm very lucky to have a membership at Soho Farmhouse, so I tend to go there most of the time. Sadly, you do need a membership to go there unless you're staying in a cabin. You can book a room and go without being a member. I remember the Fox being quite good in Chipping Norton for food, and it's also where I went to secondary school, so I kind of know the pubs around there a lot better, and I don't tend to go to them much now because I will probably bump into people I've seen from secondary school, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but I just don't really go out to the pub much. I guess this one's not really a pub, but the Trout Inn near, gosh, where is that place? Sort of near Kiddington, Woodstock area. But that's more of a like gastropub style thing. My favourite perfume is Glossier perfume. I literally can't use anything else. I'm such a fussy person when it comes to perfume. I find a lot of perfumes have that typical perfume smell, which just makes me want to throw up, to be honest. I think that's pretty much covered most of the questions. If you have a burning question for me, then you can leave it in the comments down below and I will get back to you. I hope you guys are all having a fun, festive time at the moment. I have no idea when this video is actually going out, so it could either have been Christmas or it's before Christmas still. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day, whatever day it is, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!